Hello everybody, welcome for the second NCIv podcast. What's up? Present to you my outfit. SRB is an officer, Toby is an officer, Germo is a big talker, Twonky is a bit new, but is getting there. So I was really happy to see this live stream because we see all the news that are coming. I was honestly impressed by the amount of content that they're preparing. I wasn't expecting most of this. I was like expecting some new construction stuff, maybe balance changes, but actually there's much more, so I really like this. So, Toby, what do you think of these changes? I know you're very passionate about the game.
Oh, you do? Well, the problem is I'm playing on fucking live right now, so I'm just gonna try to talk and play. Well, the ASP system is something that I think fundamentally looks interesting, but yeah, it's just something we'll have to see how it plays out in live. So I don't know, should I explain what it is for the stream? I think everybody knows by now, right?
But
Well, it's basically.
What do you think of the stream overall? Like where they're going?
Well, since they said like at the end that they would like do things that are more important, you know, like outfit progression, new player experience, that they would do that later in the year, I guess it's all good. But in general, you know, the stream had a direction that was more like end content for later players. You know, we had new guns and shit, but we didn't have that stuff that you kind of expected in 2018, which is like outfit progression and new player experience and everything. But yeah, we'll just have to wait, I think, until later in the year to see that. But yeah, I think I'm kind of excited for the new stuff, like the ASP system, but also, you know, there's always the concern of how's this going to affect life and everything. What's this gonna do?
It's gonna be balanced,
yeah.
of course. So Germo is very fresh. He just read the TLDR of the news. So what do you think of this, Germo?
I'm a big fan of the skill system because it will finally give like battle rank hundreds kind of something new to put their points and effort into. So I'm a big fan of that. Indeed, I do hope that they try and keep it balanced, because I've seen some skills that I didn't really like. For example, equipping 2 LMGs, if I read it correctly. It seems a bit overpowered for me, but yeah. For the rest, I'm a fan of it. Also, new battle rifles that Doku made, so yeah, always cool to see some nice models in the game. And I'm looking forward the most to the new outfit progression systems that they didn't say anything about, but that's what I'm waiting for actually, because I want to see some new outfit rework things, that your outfit finally gets a real purpose in game. But yeah, I'm kind of impressed with the stream because I didn't see this one coming, to be honest. So yeah, I find it cool.
Totally. Ruby, what do you think?
I really like the direction with the ASP because I really like the directives, and that has kept me playing for at least 2 more years. So the ASP might give me more reason to play. I don't know yet how it's going to be implemented, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about it when it's out, but so far I like it. And the more new stuff, the better, especially like Doku guns and stuff like that, construction stuff. I love it.
Hey guys, what do you think was the most interesting in the live stream? What was the most interesting for you guys? Tell me.
Personally, the new skill system seems the most the biggest change that they added.
Probably gonna be like the main talking point for at least until it comes out. Well, something that I don't know, maybe is a bit underappreciated, but the NC battle rifle will have the ability to pierce armor. So basically, when you shoot at somebody,
yeah, but remember, the God Saw also has that, and it's not really good.
No, you misunderstood. You can shoot people, and the bullet will go through them and hit the enemy behind them as well.
Oh,
so that's a completely new mechanic.
Oh, I misunderstood that completely.
Yeah, so they want to implement collaterals, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, right. Yeah, that might actually be great.
I really like that they add new mechanics like that. But what I found the most interesting, I think, in the live stream and the changes that are coming, is the forward spawn, constructible spawn that you can deploy inside bases. They talked about this very quickly, but I think it could have like huge potential to have spawns inside buildings, etc. I was really excited about this. I don't care about the new buildings, the paint spa or stuff. This stuff didn't care much.
But I think they have to really watch how they implement it, because I think it can be like kind of OP if the enemy faction is already zerging a base. You know, they got an A point, for example, NC's trying to push out and get A point back, and if they can just put their spawn system where they want, you know, they can just totally zerg the place without needing any, you know, hard spawns, because once they're inside, they're safe. So
yeah, but
they need
Jamal,
to balance it.
Yeah, but zergs are a big problem in either case, if they have that or not.
Yeah.
If you consider like a 50-50 or a 40% point defense, something more of the stuff that we've done so far, so then you can survive in a building with a spawn without a Sandy outside that's being attacked by
this is
tanks.
very interesting. I thought the same, like for more tactical play, this could be interesting. For Zerg, maybe they'll use it, but since they're Zerging, they don't really need more spawns, you know?
Maybe it would be cool if it would depend on the population of the faction that is attacking the base. If you could place it down or not, you know? If you have 60%, there's no need for the thing. If you have 40, of course, go for it. If you
No, I
understand.
don't think that would work.
About that feature, though, they said two things I think that are important. One of them, one of which is that you can only you have to get those forward spawns from the forward spawn like constructor basically, and you have to go there yourself. You can't just like they don't spawn in your inventory or so, like they don't cost any nanites. You have to go there, pick it up, and then bring it to the base.
Yeah, you're right.
And
it's not that easy actually to set up.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
also, it only works once, and then it despawns.
So I think it's a good addition, like to help construction, to help attackers more. Before that was just to camp. I hope they finally implement the constructible jumpers so we can spawn and jump into the action. But this is like I think a good step. I think this is what excited me the most in the live stream was that, and of course the ASP. The ASP actually I think it's a very early draft what they gave us. We can have much more abilities, much more interesting. Just by browsing Reddit, actually, I already found some better ideas, like some small bonuses with that are quite balanced, quite balanced. So very interesting. The other thing I really enjoyed watching is actually that they present us new devs. Like each live stream, there is a new dev. There is a new big guy. It looks like a big nerd, the guy doing construction.
That might be a good thing.
What about the Bastion fleet carrier?
So guys,
Yeah, what did you say, Tonky?
What about the Bastion fleet carrier?
yeah, we saw this also at the end. This was beautiful. It looks nice.
And also, it looks like they want to flesh it out more, so that eventually it will be like accessible, and you can walk inside of it and maybe fight inside of it, maybe even pilot it. It looks interesting.
This is cool. I hope like it will create like big air battles. I don't want to be like a infantry clusterfucks inside like a battle lab, but if we could create like combined arms fights around, that's what I would like.
Yeah.
So
Maybe they could have like an around the fleet carrier an aura of health buff for friendly aircraft. So
Yeah.
basically, if you fight in an aircraft that's close to a fleet carrier of yours, you have double the health. That
So
would just make the fights last longer, and if you have like buff everything around you, and that would actually make sense considering it's a fleet carrier.
yeah, I like
Yeah,
the
it
aura
would, yeah.
ID, but double the health seems a bit OP.
Double.
Yeah,
A bit
just
too
an
much.
idea.
Yeah.
Just
So guys, what do you think of the new dev?
I don't know.
He looked smart, and he sounded smart. Like. No,
I don't know if we
sorry.
can say anything about him.
No, but
We'll have to see what he does in game.
No, but he said he's only working there for like 5 months or so, and he apparently already learned all of the features and already created new stuff, and also the like
Kinda
Rel and so
impressive.
said that he learned very quick, and even Rel asked him about help already. So
Yeah, actually, I like that he has a competitive background, so maybe he'll understand.
Oh yeah, the competitive
more
testing. Yes.
Yeah.
more skill-based mechanics. Maybe he'll implement some this like or at least influence Daybreak. So I really like that there is new devs like the team maybe has doubled or something. So and you can see that they're quite excited themselves by the changes coming, the stuff that they
Yeah,
haven't told
they're
us.
as hyped as we are, I guess. So that's cool.
Yeah, they're like very excited.
Well, I mean, the community yesterday was definitely well, not all hyped. I mean, there was quite a bit of controversy
Yeah,
around the new
Reddit
ASP
meltdown.
system. Yeah,
Reddit
there was.
meltdown. Like, what
I
the
mean,
fuck? This guy.
Reddit always melts down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is true. I mean, it may not even be that unwarranted. I mean, you have a new system now that is locked to BR 100 and above when you're talking about like making the new player experience more, more welcoming, I guess. And then you bring in a new system that basically excludes them. It's a valid concern, I guess. But yeah.
Actually, as well, I would like to know if boosts count for the, like, what was it, 25 ranks progression
Probably,
needed?
yeah. Probably.
Because if they do,
Yes.
it might be a little bit pay to win. Like, you can progress much faster if you have those boosts.
Yeah, but
I
it
don't know if
only
they
means
want
that you
it
get
or
your
not.
5 skills faster, but
Yes,
not
but-
much more.
But like in the first, let's say, 6 months that it's gonna take most people,
Yeah.
it's gonna be almost pay to win. I don't know if that's like
I
a big
wouldn't call
thing.
it pay to win. It's just
I
way
wouldn't
easier,
also
but
wouldn't
it's
put it.
not considered pay to win yet. You know.
Okay,
To be
maybe my
honest-
bar for that is too.
Actually,
To be
even
honest-
for big veterans, it seems very expensive. Like 10,000 certs just to unlock this.
Just
thing
to
is
unlock the
if-
ability to do that and then
Yeah.
grind for that.
But to be honest, you can't really use more than one skill at a time, and you will get one
Yeah.
skill for just for the reset. So the skill you want the most, you can just unlock it instantly, and then you like the other 4 are the ones you like as well.
Yeah, I
But the
think
most
it'll,
your most important one you buy it instantly.
it will get unlocked quite slowly, I think. Even for very good players like
Well, I
perform a
mean,
lot.
think about it. Like you get one skill upon unlocking, and then you get the next one at battle rank 25, which is like realistically maybe 1 or 2
1
days, like not actual days,
Yeah.
but just session. And then
Depends on
50
how
is
much you can
also
play.
not-
Yeah, it depends
Yeah, of
if
course.
these are the
Let's say-
battle
let's
ranks
say
like
one.
over 100, or these are the first battle ranks. Yeah, I can go from battle rank 1 to 25 like in 2 hours. But if
Yeah.
you talk about if a new rank,
You basically progress again. You start again from 0 with the same like XP requirements that you had the first time around. So the first 3 points should be relatively easy to obtain,
Yeah, until battle rank
and then of
50
course you have
should
to
be
ask
pretty easy.
yourself like,
yeah, we'll
what
see if the
do I
XP
want?
rate stayed the same. Like if you need the
But
same XP.
you don't even have to be battle rank 120 to have all 5. If you are 100, you already have all 5 of them. Like from 100 to 120, it's just luxury, basically.
Oh,
I think you cannot regain 120 after you've
Yeah, that's
right.
another thing that I heard. Maybe because they said it didn't really like having more than 100 levels, more than 100 battle ranks.
yeah.
So they
I mean,
kind of want to remove battle rank 120 and keep it at 100.
so
I think-
basically bait everybody into the prestige system to remove the barrier 100.
So that there's no 120s anymore. Yeah, right.
That's-
I don't see the problem in battle rank 120 though. Personally, it's just a number.
It's
Yeah,
just a
battle
number.
rank
Yeah.
number anyway. It's completely meaningless. It adds some I guess it adds some prestige in itself that you can say, yeah, I'm the highest battle rank in this game, but
It's just
at
for
the end of the day,
easiness, but that's it.
Yeah,
You know.
it doesn't do anything.
The
Alright,
problem
guys.
is that like every second player is the max battle rank,
I
so
have
it isn't
another
even
question
rare.
about ASP. Stop. So, what do you think are the most interesting combinations with the ASP system? You know.
Yeah, that's the interesting part. Well, I guess the thing is more what do you want to invest in? Because what's worth it? So like, if you're a vehicle player, I guess it's very interesting to invest in things that make your vehicle of choice cheaper. Like what are the 20% reduction in that cost?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a vehicle player, so I don't know. Since good vehicle players, of course, live so long that they will probably regain the nanites by then anyway.
For example, pilots who get then
Yeah.
20% reduction
you would-
on the
Hey,
yeah, you-
snipes.
Hello. You would expect them, I guess, to live long enough to not need this the nanite discount anyway, because they just regain by the time they die. Then, of course, you have all the infantry stuff, where it's like, what class do you like to play? Are you interested in running around with 2 LMGs, for example?
Yeah, these are the combinations I was talking about, like 2
Yeah.
pistols,
Yeah.
1 LMG.
You know what
Yeah,
seems cool? An infiltrator with carbines, in my opinion.
Actually,
Yeah,
yes.
GD7F.
Maybe a bit OP, but
It
totally
is
fine,
definitely
I
a bit
guess.
Like
questionable,
infill with
at least.
GD7F or Razor. This is badass.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
me.
Oh, Fortuna.
Infiltrator with shotguns.
You can't do that.
No, it's not allowed, I think.
Fortuna.
Yeah, if you have the Fortuna, you can.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
it-
yeah.
Oh
The thing
god,
is,
interesting.
if we're
imagine.
talking about overpowered, we might as well
Yeah, that's
go
the thing.
away.
That's one of the main concerns, I think, is that infiltrators now have indirect access to shotguns, as in this, they can use underbarrel shotguns now.
Yeah,
So
Grenade
underbarrel
launcher.
shotguns are not that OP. Like you have one.
But
shot.
actually,
But they
don't we
exist,
already
so-
don't we already have that? Wait,
The
The
max
did
scatter.
yeah, not I'm not talking about the pistol. No, did the battle rifles have access to underbarrel
it's
grenades?
only
Yeah.
the grenade
underbarrel-
launcher,
Yeah, only grenade shot. Yeah.
which is already bad enough. I mean, I don't know if that's an oversight, but that can still one-hit kill. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
In my-
No, but the concern is with the underbarrel shotguns, I guess,
Yeah.
to some
Yeah.
extent.
Also, the engineer can equip LMGs, which will make it like finally, you know, a class to play, and assault rifles as well. I see, so you can finally play
Actually,
engineer,
yes.
you know, with
Yeah.
with some cool weapons.
I
So
agree with that.
it would
And-
support some more
And with the shotgun secondary, if
Oh,
you combine the two.
This is like the
LMG and
coolest
shotgun
thing. Yeah.
secondary.
On LMG.
Biolabs are gonna be
shotgun.
full with ammo, guys.
Yeah.
I actually liked the shotgun secondary, but I wish it would be like I wish most of these would be paired with a negative, like some trade-off. Like
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know, like that, a bit like the stalker cloak. Like
Yeah.
yes, you can have infinite cloak, but no primary. Like with the shotgun, how about you can only use it when you have the archer? Basically, you go into
Oh, okay.
anti-max with your primary, so you can have a primary as your secondary.
Yeah,
So-
that makes sense.
I would like that, but also it's kind of almost pointless to have these kinds of progression things if then you have to balance them.
Yeah, because if the downsides are way too big, nobody's
exactly.
gonna use them anyway, and that's
Yeah,
just,
exactly. So
Yeah,
I
but-
would like them to have something like that, but maybe it will turn out great without negatives.
I think
But
like the
right-
most interesting combos, like heavy assault with the heavy point, like one LMG, one jackhammer. This is so cool.
Holy
This is so
fuck.
cool. Like I want
Well,
to try this.
Alternatively, you can do LMG with an SMG, so a bit longer range combined with extreme close range.
Yeah, I
It's
think
also
it can go
like
even more versatile than this.
viable.
Like LMG with jackhammer, like you can do anything, and the rocket
Yeah.
launcher. This is
Yeah.
cool. Actually, I like that we can have like more customization. I think this is really cool. Like no loadout is gonna be like another, so that's cool.
Or a light assault with a shotgun primary and a SMG secondary.
Yeah, this is like the best. Yeah, you're so right.
So no emissary, but a cyclone.
sounds pretty
Exactly.
scary.
I thought of this. The M series are already like a small SMG, but if you had the real one.
Yeah.
So for the cross-class grenades, I didn't thought it was that interesting. There's not that many, except the sticky grenade. As a light assault, this could be a nice one.
No, it's sticky
As
for
an
infiltrator.
infiltrator.
As an infill.
The light assault gets the concussion grenade.
Exactly.
Okay, but
Which I
doesn't
think
that
is,
make that
is a
much
bit broken.
change?
I don't know.
Another thing I like is that the construction changes, like the walls that are not invulnerable anymore. That the ants can attack, can take down construction.
Oh yes, it was about time.
Yeah.
This could be
That
cool. Like,
artillery mortar basically. That looks cool as well.
it looked
The
cool.
flame.
Didn't seem very useful, like or very practical, you know.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I like
But
that,
but it's cool that it has like doesn't do much against infantry. Like it's finally something more anti-vehicle, so that the infantry doesn't get killed by everything. You know, come on.
I think it seemed a bit slow to react. Like you shoot the dart and you have to wait like 1 minute for it to fire and then hit the vehicle. So they have to stand still for very long.
They might change that.
Yeah.
That is not up
But it's a good step.
Yeah.
Don't know if many people are gonna use it. I just hope people use this. I'm worried like they add stuff and people never used it at the end. You know, like most of the construction stuff.
Yeah, they should just follow our advice and build more of the no base bases, open field bases, so that we have to use more construction.
Yeah,
But
reduce the
I don't think they're gonna do that.
no construction zones.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna ask you now, what do you want next, guys? So Toby, what do you want? What do you want most in Planetside 2? Now you had these ideas.
Ooh, well, I guess I'm gonna answer twofold. One, what I would really like to have, and one I would realistically like to have. I guess what I would really like to have buying like realism is overworking directive weapons, because I think it's about time that not only the LMGs are the only directive weapons that are actually usable, and that the other ones finally get a buff, or are at least as good as the weapons that they are based on. That's something I'd love to see. But if we, of course, now go to the like actual situation of the game, I think the new player experience is pretty overdue now. I've had a discussion just today with somebody on another Discord where we were talking about like reworking the tutorial to add elements that are basic, but still a lot of players don't do. So like giving a tutorial about aiming, for example, because it's basic stuff, but like things like bursting or lowering your sensitivity, those are things that new players don't do and that already help out quite a lot. And you see a lot of players, new players asking, and when they get answered this to lower the sensitivity to burst their shots, they say, oh, I've never heard about this. So
No, they have a lot of stuff to add in the tutorial. So
yeah,
much.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's like things. What do you want to put in this tutorial? You don't want to make it too long so that it throws off the players, but you want to have all the things in that are good. So I think the new tutorial is really something I'd like to see. I mean, it doesn't add anything for us, of course, but indirectly we profit because the game gets more players that hopefully get retained if they know what they get into, and if they don't get dumped into like the clusterfucks that we all had to go through in the beginning.
All right, Germo next. So you weren't here last time. What do you want in Planetside 2?
Well, right now a very short-term thingy, but lately I've been getting annoyed as fuck because of the fucking timers that I need to go through every time I want to play the game. I just want to hop on and play Planetside, but if I have to sit 20 minutes in the queue, I just log off, and I think it's the same for some other players that aren't brand new to the game and sometimes get annoyed quickly. So that's a change that I would like to see, like do something about that system, because sitting in the queues on just a Friday evening for 20 minutes is not really fun. I'm just gonna play another game then.
Yeah, I agree. I think they
so
could add
that's-
maybe just spawns close to the action on cold tier, so at least on cold tier you can fight other people, because
Yeah, because
people-
Cold Tier is dead as fuck anyway, so
actually it's not dead. There's people sitting in the warp gate just doing nothing because they don't want
yeah.
you to deploy spawns.
and also I'm not a big fan of like the spawn system. Still doesn't feel right to me sometimes, especially instant action. It doesn't bring you to. Sometimes it brings you to overpop fights, and when you see, for example, the other faction overpopping a base with 60% that is yours, which technically, or 70%, which technically should allow you to spawn there, you just can't spawn there.
Yeah.
So it's a base that is actually in need of help, but the game doesn't allow you to spawn there, which I find kind of, sad. That's it, actually. Like for the rest of the things, the devs can do whatever the fuck they want. I'm gonna
Alright.
wait and see what they do with it.
Snipes next. What do you want?
Well, kind of want the same thing that I wanted for the last year now.
You just joined to listen.
That would be some sort of penalty for overpopping, so that we can get less zergs.
Lovely.
Say that you join a fight where your faction is at 60% of the pop or more. What if the enemy team then get 30% XP bonus while you get penalized for joining an overpopped fight?
Yes, such a good idea. Dynamic XP, yeah. I totally
Oh,
agree.
whoops, it's not muted. Lol.
Yeah, something else?
Apart from that, I can only think of well, it's kind of difficult to find good fights sometimes. I think I'd open up so that you wouldn't have to do so much logistics and spawn hopping to find good fights, something like that. Freer spawn system.
I agree. Twonky, your turn.
Well, I would say also like spawn system rework, maybe. Also optimization, because the performance is not really good. And
Oh,
also
yes.
a few of the like vehicle or anti-vehicle weapons that got changed during CAI are, I think, a few of them are completely useless, because they got nerfed too hard or changed completely, or
Which ones?
they like. I think the Fury is quite underpowered right now, and if weapons like this, or the Dalton, I think it's in a really bad place right now. Like the Libet all, a few of those weapons, just to put them into a usable state again, change stuff like that.
Alright, interesting. Ruby, you have a new idea since the last time?
But first I would like to say something about Toby's idea. Maybe we could have something like a tutorial terminal where you can have more tutorials that you can have, like more things explained to you, but not everything being forced. Like it's an optional tutorial. So
As
that
like
you don't
mini
have
directives?
To go. What?
As like mini directives?
Yeah, sure.
man.
Like just have it as something that's popping up for new players.
Or
So
like
that they-
videos.
So that they can, yeah, exactly. So that they can choose to have more tutorials, but aren't forced to go through it if they don't want to. So that we don't have this like gigantic 2-hour-long tutorial for the game, but if they want to learn it, they would have a place to go, like something like that maybe.
All right.
But also an idea for myself. Now that we are going the direction of this personal progression with specific skills you can unlock with the ASP, maybe something like that for outfits, an outfit progression that has always been talked about for, I don't know, 5 years now, that we get more stuff like that. Maybe now we're going this direction, maybe now we're getting that as the second step. I would like that.
Okay. I have a few
Wait.
requests I thought about. I'm gonna share them right now. I actually something that would make creating squads much more simple. I would like to be able to create a squad just alone. Just create a squad, place a beacon, and see if people join. This could be cool to have more open squads. The constructible jumper, please Daybreak, please, bro. What else? I thought of something else.
Oh yeah, a constructible jumper. That would actually be quite nice, especially if you could ignore deployment zones with it, because then you can actually launch yourself into walled bases and such things.
Yeah. it could be
Esamir will
fun.
be a lot more fun that way.
Yeah.
Indeed, true.
So guys, do you have implant IDs? Do you have cool implant IDs?
Yes.
One of the videos that I'm gonna do soon is some implant IDs. Do you have some for me?
Yes.
Some
And
Call of
I've-
Duty like implants.
Shh. I've actually, I'm sorry to say, I've stolen this from somewhere, but I don't know where. An implant for infiltrators that lets them run over mines when they are cloaked without them going off. I love that idea. I want that right now. I really want that. But I'm sure I've stolen that from somewhere. I don't know from where. So sorry about that.
Alright, Germo, what do you mean by Call of Duty implants?
Yeah, just some like in Call of Duty they have some like what in Call of Duty they call it perks, you know, stuff like that, like quick aim which makes you aim quicker, like or things that make you reload faster, just simple things like that apply in every situation. Because now implants, they are most of them. I'm not a big fan of them right now because most of them are not used like throughout your whole life, but something like faster reload or quicker ADS or faster movements. Okay, that's already there, but like faster just different stuff that give very simple buffs and not too much shit, not too much bullshit, just something simple and basic would be nice in my opinion.
Alright.
Maybe something to that idea. There's a few new implants already. I don't know if you saw the screenshots, Jimmo. Probably didn't. So there's like these have been on PTS for quite some, or not PTS, but in the planning. There's like implants which basically work the way that you wear these implants, and when you kill somebody, you have a specific chance that you trigger an effect on you and your allies that are close to you. For example, the NC would get something that would reduce their cone of fire, I think, for a few seconds, and TR would get something that would make their weapons not lose any ammo when they shoot for 10 seconds or something like
Yeah,
that.
this is
So
an
these-
interesting idea.
Yeah, these are actually in the work, but
that's really cool. Yeah.
yeah, concern with that is like it kind of upsets the game balance a bit. It kind of upsets like it gives a bit of inconsistency. Like suddenly, oh,
Indeed.
my gun is suddenly way more accurate, and now it's not. Like that's I don't know. if
Yeah,
that's
it's not
necessarily a
balanced
good thing.
anymore if the things switch the whole time.
Yeah, so like it's a bit yeah, hot topic maybe. So, but there's PTS for that. Of course, whether the devs listen to PTS feedback or not is up to them, But
Okay,
yeah.
next. Snipes, do you have an ID? Implant ID?
Not so many for implants.
Hey,
Not
Basil.
at least that aren't already in the game. I'm thinking more along the lines of some things that will give you stealth from infrared visions and that sort of thing, but I believe it's already there now.
Yeah, it's a sensor
Is
shield,
that-
rank 5, I think. I thought of some implant ideas that will make people PTFO more, like play the objective. You know, something that give you like a bonus if you when people spawn on you or spawn on your Sunday, like a bonus shield or bonus nanites. If for example when people spawn on your Sunday, you get more 10 more nanites or something like that.
Oh yeah, something like this.
Something that
Oh,
will
also-
help new players because like the default implant is so useless. What safeguard? I
Yeah.
think it's completely useless. I think we
Yeah,
could
it-
have like maybe an implant that give a passive experience boost, like plus 10% XP. I think this could be more useful for new players, or plus 10% passive nanite boost.
Yeah,
that's
that
something
would
worth
actually be
throwing
quite
around.
nice.
Or also like an implant maybe, where when you use your ability of your class, you get some kind of a buff or boost or bonus
Yeah,
that like on the classes where you don't use the abilities that often, maybe actually makes them worthwhile. And also, I've come up about another feature I'd like in the game, or change, and is to rework some of the directives, like the heavy launcher or the max directive, which are very grindy or some parts even impossible.
yeah. All right. No more implant ideas.
No.
Well,
Let's
not
go
really.
to
I
the
think
next.
the current ones are like.
You gotta bounce
good
some ideas before I can think
Okay, I'm
of
gonna
something.
add a few more ideas. I'm gonna show you some of
Do it, do
my
it.
list. I was thinking of like implants that will incentivize people to use their abilities, like rewards for using record darts, rewards for helping people spot enemies.
Oh yes, that would be
Like
cool.
if you spot people with your darts and it helps people get kills, you get some maybe health back. Like maybe it can be an alternative to medkits if infiltrators use this implant and get health by spotting people with their darts. It could be an alternative to using medkits or resto kits.
Or they get ability power back.
Yeah, or this.
Oh,
medics that
in a
could,
group fight, that would be perma-stealth.
Yeah, basically.
like medics that could get bonuses when healing, bonuses when reviving, like resistance to bullet, maybe cloaking when they revive someone or something.
That resists in combat surgeon with the.
Combat,
little-
yeah, but it's only at the last rank.
Yeah, you kind of want to lock, I guess, the exclusive stuff, even though like the cost is a bit too high. I mean, that's maybe another topic, but cost to max an implant is always pretty high. Like, what is it in total? 3,000 ISO. Something like that.
Also, I would like to say fall implant by default for when using ambush or jets.
Yes, holy fuck.
So you can
that's-
actually use 2 implants and not just one. And something I really don't like is that the sensor shield implant, which was one of my favorite implants before, now it doesn't take you off the radar, it just reduces the range. Like at max rank, you're still spotted at 15 meters. I think it should completely take you off the radar, this implant at rank 5. This is most of the stuff. So we're gonna go on, guys. So what's next? Leadership improvements, quality of life improvements. This, if you have any ideas on how to improve leadership or quality of life, let me know, guys. Do you have an idea on how to improve leadership or quality of life?
Regarding quality of life, a few more objectives you can track. Like you have this ability to track your directives on the left side of your screen, and just give me more things I can track. Like give me the ability to track how many kills I have on a weapon, even though it is not part of any directive, or I have the directive completed already. Or different stuff, like track my statistics, my KD, my maybe session stats, something like this, so that we can track a bit more
It's gonna go
features.
well with the community, man.
All right.
Basically, like recursion in game, or what is it?
It doesn't need to be a whole recursion, maybe a few parts of recursion, or just let me track the kills on all my weapons. Or like I said, okay, I mostly use the anchor as my weapon. Let me track how many kills I have on a weapon, even though I have it already.
Yeah, that's kind of nice, I guess. This is just a small improvement.
Yeah.
All right. Other ideas?
Better
For the
server performance.
Yeah, okay,
yes,
performance,
holy
everyone
fuck.
knows. Okay, let's go on. So we're gonna go to the advice section. We're gonna give some advices for new players. So who wasn't it? So Basile, Germo, and Thomas are gonna talk about this. Germo, what's your best advice for new players?
um, uh, shit, that's kind of hard. There are so many things.
I think we did this last
Um,
week, last time already, right?
Yeah,
So we
but
don't
Jemo,
also-
me, and Snipes weren't there. So if we have any new
well,
advice,
what did
I
we
wasn't
that, what did we use last time? So I don't say the same.
Just say what you think. They all said something completely different.
Well, get some fucking situational awareness. That helps a
advice.
bit in this game. Look at your minimap because it's kind of nice if you look at it. And of course, don't rage every time you get killed by a shotgun or you're in deep cloak.
Okay.
Actually,
This is
Rubinio.
actually good
Um,
advice.
yeah, well, I would say, yeah, use your minimap. It's a very, very strong tool, and even I myself, I think, should use it even more often. And then also, if you die to the same guy twice or so, or in the same spot, don't go the same route every time after spawning. Like, if you die in a spot twice or maybe 3 times or only just once, don't then go a different route to the point or to the objective. Take a different route, and then you won't die to the same enemies again, and you probably won't do the same mistakes again. So, yeah, and yeah, don't get frustrated too quick. You have to have a thick skin. Play this game.
Yeah, it's a good advice.
Watch
Snipes.
YouTube tutorials as well.
Snipes is pretty good, so I want to hear his advice.
Yeah, if you're asking me for a beginner advice, I would say what I said the last time someone asked me for advice. What I asked specifically for help was how we could win duels in Planetside. And I told him what you're referring to as duels is actually close quarters combat, and you're losing it because the LMG that heavy assaults have on NC is not made for close quarters combat. That's what I told him. And it's all about knowing how the weapons work, strengths, weaknesses, what they're for and what they're not for. And it's not for hipfire. Beginner will never realize this until they've unlocked a few weapons. They'll think they suck. And they probably do. And they probably do, but they don't suck as much as they think. It's a camper weapon. Pure and simple.
Learn your weapons. Yeah,
Well,
that's
I would
another
be
thing.
careful with calling the saw like a camper weapon. The saw is very useful in CQC as well. I mean, it's not useful if you're a new player, but later on the saw is deadly in CQC in any situation. The saw is one of the best LMGs in the game.
If you can actually land the bullets, it is, but it's only really good when you aim down the sight and you know what that recoil is like on that weapon.
Right. Yeah, but to be fair, the saw's recoil is sometimes a bit over-exaggerated. It's not that far off of other guns. It just seems that way because it has a very high vertical recoil, I think. But
it has
of
a
course,
very high recoil for its slow rate of fire. That's
yeah.
what
That's
is it.
no, you're definitely right. I mean, for the new player, it's a difficult gun to use, but it's nothing that not even a new player could overcome with like.
If you're good in FPS games, you should be able to.
As soon as they realize where it fits in the game, what kind of role it has, then it sort of clicks.
Yeah, actually, I agree. Like the ghost saw, it's not a good starter weapon. It's like a.
I said that he should instead try to save up certs or just daybreak cache the anchor.
GD22.
Those are pretty much the same anyway.
It's the same, but it's cheaper.
It's cheaper, yeah.
Basil,
that's
are you there?
brilliant.
Hey, Basil, I don't hear you. Can you talk? Test. Basil.
Test.
Hey, yeah, I hear you. So, what's your advice for new players?
My advice is you should move. Because I see so many low battle ranks hiding behind the cover, and they feel safe because I think they are overwhelmed, and but they aren't safe, and they should move. And the best sort of moving is the unpredictable one, and just try to not get sniped or knifed or something like that.
Yeah,
Then
that's
all fine.
Like imagine in a fight where you have like 120 enemies against you, there is always someone who sees you and who will shoot it.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah,
there's
you're
no
never
safe
safe.
angle.
You have to move. Yeah, that's true. As well.
Best thing you can do is just move back and forth, sideways constantly.
Yeah. Alright,
You should
guys,
play
very good
dirt
advice.
game.
Ruby, you have something new?
No.
Okay. So, guys,
Nothing
we're gonna
that
go to
hasn't
the next
already.
section. So, the best videos of the 2 last weeks. Have you seen some cool Planetside 2 videos, guys? So, Germo,
Well, I haven't seen that many cool videos. I saw a video that of a lasher guy mowing down a corner, which just got posted in the Discord. So I'm gonna use that one as an example. But there's, in my opinion, not that much quality content for Planetside on YouTube anymore. At least that's what I'm feeling. I feel like I think Kamikaze put some reviews up of I think the MOA which was okay. But yeah,
the promise
that's
as well.
yeah, but that's like a month ago already, so I don't know if that still counts. But
Okay.
yeah, so Kamikaze and the crazy lasher guy.
Basil, what's your favorite video of the last 2 weeks?
Oh, that's hard. I watched so many videos.
Okay, I'm gonna start. I really love the survivable gaming montage. What's the name again? There is a montage where the time is frozen, and there is a soldier like walking around. And I still don't understand how he did this, like freezing the site and making the guy walk. Like
Which montage?
it's in the best of Planetside 2 playlist. I added it.
Okay, I have to check it out.
It's really cool.
One video I would maybe call out is the 2018 January Best of C4 Harasser montage by Wawa. Because
really?
I think it's funny because I never thought about dropping C4 out of the backseat of the Harasser, like just driving up to a tank, dropping C4, driving away and blowing it up. But
Yeah.
it's very effective, as you can see in that video.
Yeah, Just a Kill does that a lot too. It's a cool tactic. Another video, I really like actually that Level Cap revisited the game. Like I respect
Oh,
this guy a
true,
lot
yeah.
because
Indeed, yeah.
I watched
I saw your comment on the video.
I watch his stuff since like maybe like 8 years. I think since Battlefield 3 I watch his videos, and when he reviewed Planetside 2, this is the guy who made me want to try it. So it's nice that he actually I understood why he revisited. I think he wanted to test his big computer,
Yeah, probably.
like the big.
Oh yeah,
Origin.
yeah.
And
I
still,
saw your comment on top of that comment section actually.
and I think still with this Beast PC he had like he said like
60
I
or
was
70
dropping at
FPS.
60. It was really
Yeah,
funny.
like, it's
I'm
ridiculous.
dropping at 60. Such a hard life, you know.
Well, he's playing on high
Yeah,
graphics.
he's playing on high. Actually, he seemed to have turned down the graphics at some point. But it was interesting actually to see him. I don't know if he's gonna come back to be cool. We should do some
Yeah,
requests.
most of us play on potato settings, so the performance is a bit better already.
The pro way.
Pro way. Yeah, you basically have to play on potato settings. That's
Yeah.
very sad.
Yeah,
First
see.
of all, it gives you a lot of visual advantage, I think, and second of all, performance.
Yeah, the
All
frames.
the best lag wizards play on potatoes.
Definitely.
As
I'm
soon
one of
as
the
you wanna
best
do
lag
anything
wizards. I
infantry, you
play
need that.
in high, except the shadows, of course.
Mukas, you're still top comment on the Level Caps Gaming video. The comment, your Game of the Year review 5 years ago made me try it. 4,000 hours later, I'm still hooked. Thanks for the revisit. You're the top comment.
Yeah.
How many likes?
I think it's because
1,100 likes.
I commented
Nice.
earlier, I think.
Yeah. And maybe because you're also a video creator. I don't know.
Probably because all the Planetside fanboys knew him and above.
Yeah, probably.
I think I even liked your comment. Yeah.
There is another
but-
video that's really cool. Like I add this in the best of playlist, the NCIv channel. There is a video called Best of Muckles, I think. It really made me laugh so much. Like the best moments of this guy, and you hear him have fun with his buddies. I think it's a really cool montage. Best of Muckles, so I recommend this. Voila, I think that's it for the best vids. Anyone else? You have a good vid to share?
Yeah, sure. Last time I called out Serious Gaming, a channel, not a video, okay, but this time I want to call out another channel, Baby Popcorn.
Yeah.
Really chill gameplay, fun commentary, like a lot of uploads, like almost daily, I think.
Yeah, daily uploads.
So I love it. So Baby
Cool.
Popcorn.
Good. GG Baby Popcorn. I don't watch much his content.
It's just gameplay. So yeah, or mainly gameplay, I think.
Alright. So I think we're almost done. Yeah, we made it, I think, guys. GG, we made it to the next. This is the end, guys, of the second NCIv podcast. So say bye bye everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye
Bye,
bye bye. So guys, thanks for listening. Of course, subscribe. Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna put some of the links we talked about in the description. Something else to add, guys?
No, really.
Have a nice Easter weekend, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter. Holy fuck.
Happy Easter, everybody. Bye bye.
See ya.
Stop
Later.
recording. Tower is clean.
Oh, we're winning the lure.
Keep holding the position, guys, until we get more Sunders here.
1 minute until alert's over.
Raising Basil. Need help?
Nice one, thanks.
Can we take a point? Just for the glory.
30 seconds.
See for the lightning. Checking A. Raising.
Great, thanks.
What the fuck? I'm down. Woo, gonna win! Whoa! GG. Wow, I'm using the beacon while there's a meltdown. That's beautiful. Woo! We made it. GG. We are the best. Oh, I won a hat. I have a hat now.